Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Toy Collector Review with me, Sergeant Geek. Now most of you guys know we've been getting into a lot of the McFarlane playsets for the classic 66 Batman, the Adam West Batman. They've come out with the Batmobile, the Batcycle, the Villains playset, and the Batcave playset. And they are really cool. I think there's one more playset we're going to be hunting down for. But right now we got from the 2022 the Batman movie, we got the playset for the Batcave there. This thing is pretty cool. I think it looks awesome, and it's gonna make a great addition to my Batman section of my display room. So guys, let's go ahead and let's check out the Batman Batcave. Alright guys, now normally my little setup here is not set up actually for something this big, but let's go ahead and let's bring in this big ass box. Now as you can see, this box is pretty big. This thing I believe retailed when it came out for $40, but fortunately for me I was able to pick it up at Ross for only $19.99. Now I'm gonna try to bring it up close to the camera so we can actually take a look, but you are gonna see the circle of the light there. I do apologize about that. Like I said, I'm not set up for something this big, but as you can see, you got the Batman logo at the bottom there. Comes with a lot of accessories. You got the Batcycle. You actually got a setup where you can actually mount the chest plate and mask onto the Batman figure here. As you can see, he doesn't have a mask on, and he does have the coloring around the eyes, which is really cool. There's the price what I paid for it. Here's the picture over here, if I can get to see, if you guys can see it, of what the Batcave looked like in the film. On the side of the box, nothing really, just the Batman design right there on the top with the DC logo. Here on the back, you can see all the stuff there. I'll actually put up a picture here of it clearly at the end so you can actually see it a little bit better. But this is it right here. As you can see, some of the features that come with this playset, like the trap door on the upper balcony. There's another picture of Batman there. You got the Penguin figure with it. Here's the Batman logo from the movie there. Quite a few things in it. We're gonna get into all that stuff. So guys, let's go ahead, let's open up this box and let's take a look at everything inside. Alright guys, so here's everything that comes inside the box. So let's go ahead and let's start looking at this piece by piece and take a look at it. But before that, they showed this actually hanging off the side, but as you can see, it's got those mounts there. So the way it is on the back of the box, you really can't set it up like that. So let's go ahead and place this back down on here. Get it nice and clipped in. Yeah, there are some things that are disappointing in this, but nevertheless, it is a Batman playset. So let's take a look. As you can see here, we got the workbench here where you can actually take the mask and mount it on that head plate like as if he's working on it, doing some repairs. You just slip it on and it fits on there nice and snug. Same thing here with this little chest plate here. You can actually put this, if you wanted to put it on the figure itself, you can, but he already has it on there on the figure. So I just want to mount this one on here. So this way it's there. Then you can see you got the gauntlets and all kinds of other stuff that's permanently mounted onto the workbench. Nice little detail there, really cool. Looks really nice. Now let's move on to the next set. Now as you can see, you do get some batarangs of this Batman's design. You get two of them, and you get that red grappling gun, which I'm not sure, I don't remember the gun being red in the movie. I'm gonna have to look back at that, but every Batman figure from this movie gets this big bulky red Gatling gun, which looks ridiculously and comical, but nevertheless, the figure here, as you can see, let me get the camera in focus there. He's got the eyeliner makeup around the eyes there as if he just took off the mask. And as always with a lot of these figures, let's get this big clown gun out the way. And as with all the figures, the detail on the figure itself for being a 4-inch figure looks pretty good. It is nice and decent. I like it. Looks just like the suit in the movie. But like always, what's going on with a lot of these new Batman figures that are coming out, I am very, very disappointed in the capes. As you can see here, the edging of the cape's supposed to tuck in underneath the mask setup there, but it doesn't. It's just hung on in the center there. It doesn't go over the shoulders or anything. It's very, very flimsy. I wish they did the cape better. There's the back detail of the figure there. Here's the side posing of the figure. Once again, that cape makes it look horrible. Now the articulation, the head can look left or right. There's no up or down on it. As you can see, now the arms can go out and do a 90 degrees at the shoulder and do a 360 rotation. Now at the elbow, they don't really bend very far. They do have a wrist rotation there at the elbow, but they don't bend very far. As you can see here, it doesn't do 90 degrees. There is no articulation in the wrist as well, and there is no hip rotation. Now the legs can go out to the side at a 90 degree angle. They can go out almost 90 degrees towards the front, almost like I said, and that's pretty much as far back as you're gonna go. Now when it comes to the knees, that's pretty much all you're gonna get right there, like maybe a 45 degree angle. There is a thigh rotation as well, but there is no ankle rotation. All in all, still a decent figure for a 4-inch figure. Quite a bit of articulation. They could have done better, but not too bad at the same time. Now let me just get this guy to stand up. Now next we're going to take a look at the penguin character. The penguin character looks pretty cool, but here he's got a couple of features with him. He's got this umbrella, which is pretty cool. Let me put him down for a second. When you slide this out, you got a sword, which is pretty cool. That's something that the penguin would pull. And he's carrying this briefcase here. Now let's go ahead and open this up. It is a little bit of a pain to open up, but as you can see, you got a pile of cash right in the middle of the briefcase. Not mounted in, you can pull it out if you want to stack it on a table or something, which is, I think, a really cool play feature right there to actually have it loose, so you can do other stuff with it instead of just sticking it in the briefcase. Now the penguin character, let's take a quick look at him, as he is a little bit more pudgy than the Batman figure. But once again, he does have some decent detailing to him, as you can see here, with the design of the pants on him, and the way they hang over his shoes, his suspenders, and his blue shirt. It is a decent figure, nothing really crazy, but then again, the penguin character wasn't like the biggest villain in the movie, and this is pretty much how he dressed. It wasn't like he's gonna dress like with a tux and everything like the classic 66 Batman, but nevertheless it was pretty cool as the Batman figure. Articulation left and right on the head, 90 degrees at the shoulder, along with a 360 degree rotation. Now to me it looks like he's got a little bit more bend on his arm, but not much. Same thing with the elbows, articulation, the legs 90 degrees out to the side. That's pretty much as far forward as he can go. He's not going to really go any further back than the other Batman. And when it comes to the knee bend, that's all he's getting there. Not really much. Just barely enough to call it a figure. He does have a thigh rotation just like Batman. And that is pretty much for the penguin character there. Now let's take a look at this. This, I guess, is the computer setup for Batman here in this cave. As you can see, you have the big screen up there. You have 3 smaller screens. Looks like there's some books there and a couple of other little things. And then you can see the cables and everything running behind the desk there. And this here is his motorcycle that he uses. I'm not sure 100% if this is a bat cycle or whatever, because he also rides without being in the Batman suit. But nevertheless, we're going to call it the Bat Cycle. It's got a nice big tire. Now we do have one of these from one of the other play sets, and it is the muddy up design one where it actually got some spraying of mud on it to actually like if it was running around in the rain. This one is the fresh, clean version of it. So we don't know which one I'm going to put on the shelf to display. We might put both of them, who knows. Now the other thing that this play set comes with is the big display stand here, which is where the motorcycle is supposed to park. Now I did try to put the Batmobile that I got on it with the 4-inch figure on it. It's too big for this little deck here, but we'll put it on the shelf alongside this Batcave just to make it seem like it's in there. Oh, knock the camera a little bit. Now see there, that's it right there. It's decent. Now with the back stairwell arch, let me see if I can get this thing. Is really huge, so it's gonna be hard to show it, but it does have one feature here which is kind of hard to do right now. It's the trapdoor setup. Like I said, is one of the things that's disappointing. It is, you actually gotta put a lot of force on it. You could possibly break that little peg and make that very weak, so that's something I'm not going to be using right there. As you can see there, that's the trapdoor setup. I'm not going to be using that because I don't want to break anything on here. It does have some cool designs going up and down. As you can see, the designs for the molding around these stairs. This thing is very well made, and you can see some of the markings there for the branding of it. I don't know if the camera picked it up. It does have a little weight to it, these stairs. But all in all, this is a pretty cool set. And guys, this is where we're going to end the video for today. Alright guys, that wraps up another episode of Toy Collector Review. Now when it comes to the Batman Batcave playset from the 2022 The Batman movie, is it worth getting? A lot of these playsets, I'm not 100% sure. As you know, like the Mego original Batcave playset and the original Star Trek playset for the Mego dolls, those are actually worth some money. But these, I'm not 100% sure. It could go either way with these. These are simple designs. They're not like the old school Batcaves that we used to get from the 89 Batman movie and Batman Forever and Batman Returns. These are more of an open design and play and furniture to go in a playset, but not the full-on playset, if you know what I mean. So guys, I'm not going to advise anybody either to or not to buy these. Now, me being a Batman fan, of course, I'm going to pick up all these little playsets and vehicles and everything else I can get my greedy little hands on, because I am a big Batman fan. So for me, whether or not buying it is not a question of whether it's going to be worth anything in the past. It is a question of whether or not it's Batman related, and since it is, I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to put it on display along with all the other vehicles and play features I got from this movie on the display shelf in my Batman collection. Well guys, once again, we come to that point in the video where if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, become a member of this channel, hit that bell notification so you can be notified every time I put out a new video, and share these videos on all your social media platforms. And guys, if there's anything in particular you would like to see on this channel, go ahead and hit me in the comment section below and I will do my best to get that out there for you guys. And guys, once again, don't forget to smash that like button because it does help with the YouTube algorithm. It does help us get out to a bigger audience and get a bigger crowd onto our community. Well guys, that wraps it up for me today. I'm Sergeant Geek and I'm signing off.